Well, I was thinking about making a change. So I have one of my Pure Barre instructors is also a hairdresser, and I told her, would I be crazy after growing out all this gray for 4 years
Mhm.
to go back to a soft honey blonde? And she said, nope, let's do it. Let's do it. Come in. Let me look at my calendar. Let's do it. She's like, and she's what I can't remember. I know she's lived in several different countries, so she's got like a mixed accent, but I think originally she's from Hungary.
Okay.
Um, Anyway, so with her strong accent, she's telling me what we're going to do. You're going to look so much younger. Blah, blah, blah. People have told me you've got the prettiest color of gray. Don't ever do anything with it. But Danny took a picture of me the other day from the side. The front, I don't mind. I don't mind it at all. But the back is all that salt and pepper. So it blends back to this very, what I call Hagatha salt and pepper. And I saw that picture and I immediately thought, who is that old woman? And then when I'm at my bar class, there's mirrors everywhere. And
Yeah.
so I'm glancing at the mirror and it's just white hair. And
Hmm.
I know it's a pretty color. I know I'm fortunate that it's a pretty color, but because we live on a well system, I'm constantly having to use the purple shampoo to make it not
Yeah.
so brassy and yellowish. And I really think I'm ready to make a change. And I know I'm going to have to keep it up like every 4 weeks, but I feel like I turned 60 this year. I'm getting very close to 61, and I just feel like I want to change. So, what are your thoughts? Should will I be
Do
crazy?
it.
Will
I mean,
I be
I
like,
say do it as long as you're not doing it with box color. That's
and
what I say.
that's exactly what your dad said. He said, the beauty about being a grown ass adult is you have the ability to do what you want. And if you like
Mhm.
it, do it. Just please don't use box color because your hair was fried when you were doing that. And I,
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
If I was tempted to do that, then I would just go back to the gray. So,
Yeah. It's funny how like times evolve because in the 90s, like there were way less people who went in and got their hair done. That just
mhm.
wasn't a thing. You could get your hair
Yeah.
cut. I mean, you could do whatever you wanted.
Mhm.
Now it's so much more common to go and get your hair done, I think. And not necessarily more accessible because it's still an investment,
Mhm.
but there's so many hairdressers out there that you can.
Yeah.
That you can
Yeah, and this gal, she's a blonde specialist, so I feel confident going to her. I've gone all through her page and just made sure that
Yeah.
she's as good as she says she is.
Oh yeah, because
Um,
the gal who cuts your hair only cuts hair, right? She doesn't do
no, she
color.
does color too.
Oh, she does.
Love her, but very expensive. She's a senior stylist, and she's to do my cut, I drop $100 with tip.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can't even imagine what the color would be. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm like,
sorry.
when I get my hair colored, which is only like 3 or 4 times a year, because I get a balayage, so I'm
Hmm.
not like I have some gray, but I'm not gray enough that I need to like color it or cover it yet.
Hmm.
Not need or that I want to cover it.
Right. Hmm.
Um, but like 300 is kind of like, okay, that's the top for me. I'm not going to
Hmm.
spend more than that. There are definitely salons where you can go and spend five, six,
Oh,
$700,
sure.
but 300 is kind of the top for me. So I found somebody that I love who charges less than that,
Hmm.
and that also
Yeah,
gives me room to like buy the product that she recommends and stuff like that.
exactly.
Um,
Yeah, and because this gal's a little bit less, I would feel comfortable going in every 4 weeks to have the touch because I'm gonna have to. The white's gonna come through.
oh yeah,
Uh,
and then you'll hate that because
and
that'll be
then
distracting
yeah,
for you.
hmm for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
I haven't gone into the realm of Botox yet, but I feel like I'm very close. So if anybody out there has tried different beauty products, different beauty techniques, and you have some tips, tricks, or advice, just let us know.
have you tried frownies?
No, but they keep coming up on my Instagram feed.
Yeah, I want to try them.
Yeah,
I'm very eyebrow expressive, so I have
me too.
lines here. I tend to raise my eyebrows when I like pose for a photo too,
Me too.
to make my eyes look bigger.
Yeah, yeah, because otherwise I scrunch up my eyes really small, so it's
Yeah.
like, and then
Yep.
do I look scary? I don't know. I noticed that when I was doing my makeup this morning and I'm looking at my eyebrow lines, I'm like, but I'm not raising my eyebrows. Why? Oh, those are just there.
They're just there. They're permanent now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've thought about trying brownies. They're not attractive by any
No.
stretch of the imagination. They're like a big band-aid on your face,
Yeah.
basically.
Couldn't
I
they
kind
make
of
them a
wish they
cute
came in like,
color?
yeah, I'm like, can they have a like leopard print or something cute?
Uh-huh. Yeah, something fun.
Um, but I definitely want to try them. I get targeted by them all the time, and then I saw Alexa Penavega did some kind of, I think it was just an Instagram story, but she had the big one on her
Oh,
forehead, and I was like, okay, maybe they work.
yeah, I'd give it a
Because I'm
whirl.
afraid to get botulism in my face. I'm scared.
I am too. Yeah. Ava was telling me about a friend of hers that has gone to beauty school and she's 21 and she's already used Botox. And I said, why?
Yeah.
And Ava said, oh, just preventative. Like, oh, but once you start, man, I don't know.
Does it really prevent anything?
Uh,
I don't know. It
when,
prevents you from seeing wrinkles, I guess, because you
yeah,
keep getting it.
true.
I
Yeah,
know a
I
lot
will
of people
never.
get it in their masseter, right, to make their jawline look snatched.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um, or for, I think they get it in their masseter too for migraines. I think.
yeah. Yeah, I would just be
But
afraid of that I would be that one person in a million that something goes wrong and like the left side of my face is all doesn't move and the right side sags or something. I don't know. So,
well, when we talked to Kaylee, that makeup artist, she said that she had had Botox and had had a bad experience where like her eyebrow fell or something like that.
yes. And it
Yeah.
wasn't permanent, but
No,
still, if you
it's
had
like
that
having
done
Bell's
right before,
palsy for a little
yeah,
while.
and you have an event coming up and all of a sudden there's nothing you can do about it,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, no, I'm too scared. I don't want to do
Yeah.
it.
I'm not going to any
I'm,
galas anytime soon, so
no,
I
no.
just go to the
Same with
gym.
filler. I'm afraid that it will travel to places I don't want it to travel to,
Yeah,
or that
because
I'll
you
become
see
filler
that.
blind and just keep
Uh-huh.
going.
I don't
Um,
know that I look like the cat lady, you know.
Phil and I watched 90 Day Fiance, and there's this set of twins, and I think they're in their 50s. And holy moly, like their
Mhm.
faces are, they've definitely gone plastic surgery blind, the two of
Mm,
them.
yeah.
And it's really sad because they were really pretty. And
Hmm.
even after they had work done, they were pretty, but now they look like Bratz dolls, and it's
Oh,
wild.
yeah.
Um, and they just keep going back for more. And,
Yeah, and you don't
it
see the
probably has,
reality of it.
no, you don't realize it anymore. You don't remember what you used to look like.
Hmm.
And also it's probably, if they have a struggle with confidence, that's probably part of it too.
Hmm.
But
For sure.
it's sad.
Yeah.
And it's sad that doctors and nurses will continue to
Oh,
do that.
yeah. Uh-huh.
So
It's money.
yeah.
Well, all that has nothing to do with the movie we're talking about today.
No, we're talking about cheese today, guys. So like I told my mom yesterday, my printer broke. Well, it didn't break, but it's not operational right now. So I have my notes on the computer. So if I'm not looking straight at the camera, that's why, because I have my notes up here. Um, okay, so I guess I was gonna ask what's been going on this week, but that's what's been going on. You're thinking about coloring your hair. So
Yeah. Yeah,
all the
that's my
exciting
big
things in
life
our lives.
decision.
Should
And
I or
also,
shouldn't I?
yeah, and then also right after we do this podcast, I'm leaving to go down the Oregon coast with our
Oh yeah,
oldest
that's right.
grandson. So
That's gonna be so
very
fun.
excited that they have downgraded the tsunami warning. So we should be good
Yeah,
to.
as far as I see, it looks like it has not come to fruition anywhere in the
Mhm.
US. So, although according to all of the crappy people who make AI videos,
Oh
there
my gosh.
there was tsunamis everywhere. If you do that, I don't like you. Don't listen to this
No,
podcast. We don't want you.
no.
You're a
I mean,
terrible person.
why
Like,
cause that kind of panic with people? And then
yeah,
people repost it like it's fact.
yeah,
And yeah.
yeah.
And then all of a
And then
sudden everybody's freaked
yeah,
out.
yeah, they're spreading misinformation, and it's real misinformation, and
Hmm.
it's just, ugh, I do not like it. So,
Yeah.
you know, I think a lot of people have redeemable qualities, but if you're doing that just to get clicks, like you're not a good
Hmm.
person.
Yeah.
You're
It's like
just
those
not.
videos. I rescued this raccoon, and then it shows all these different videos of drinking from a bottle, and oh, he's running around my back, and every single one is a different raccoon. They're
Like
just doing
you
to
went
get
to the
people to click.
dodo and downloaded all their videos and just cut them up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, people do the stupidest stuff. Or like I'll get, because I watch a lot of Taylor Swift content, I'll get like AI videos of her talking about her newest album. I'm like, that is not Taylor
Hmm.
Swift. Are
Yeah.
you dumb? Like, that is not her.
Uh-huh.
Oh gosh.
And right
AI is
now,
helpful but scary. I don't like it.
yeah, and right now you can pretty much pick it out if it's AI, but
Yes.
they're constantly improving it. So eventually it's pretty scary.
You will not be able to tell. Very
No.
shortly, you will not be able to
Hmm.
tell.
Yeah.
Except for the dummies making ridiculous tsunami videos.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the ones I saw were not good, but still people were believing it. So,
Hmm.
it's
Sharknado. There were sharks flying around.
oh God. Maybe we should do that. We should do that movie
We
when we
should.
buddy up with that
There's
other
like 9 of
podcast.
them or something. I've never seen any of them, but
No,
we
me
should do
neither.
that.
Oh gosh. Okay, so before we jump into this movie, I was wondering if you had to quit your job tomorrow and start fresh at a charming little shop like in this Hallmark movie or many other Hallmark movies. Actually, this is not a Hallmark movie, but made for TV movie. What kind of shop would it be and where would it be located?
Ooh, okay. This is easy for me. It would be a bookshop slash well curated little antiques that you could purchase. They decorate the bookshop, but you can purchase them. And there's a coffee shop inside it. And it would be located somewhere near the ocean because I love the beach and I love that salt
Okay.
air. And yeah, 100%.
Okay, when you come visit, I have to take you to Chapters. I think it's called Chapters or Chapter. I forget. But it's a bookstore here. And it's in an old, it almost looks like a brownstone, like a walk up.
Mhm. Oh,
And it is coffee shop and all just fantasy and romance books. That's it. It's
oh,
like fully
fun.
targeted to women. And then
Yeah.
upstairs they have merch and like t-shirts and bookmarks and all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
There's
definitely have to go.
yeah, the original fireplace is still in there and it's really cool.
Very
And there's
cute.
also like a shower and stuff. I'm pretty sure it was used as maybe like a day spa before it got converted to a bookstore,
Hmm.
but it's super cute. So I'll have to
I
take
wonder
you
if they
there.
do a book club. All
Yes, they
these
do.
women talking about romance novels. That would be so fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So I love it. It's super cute.
What about you? What would be your ideal? I mean, you kind of have your ideal shop. You've opened a shop.
Yeah, I have well, I think ideally I would like to have somewhere that, because my coffee shop is a drive-through and a walk-up. I would like to have somewhere where people can sit inside.
Hmm.
And I would also like to have a kitchen where we could do our own baked goods. Because we just don't have the space for that. So something like
Hmm.
that. But for me, the brand that we have is was created by myself and my husband. But if I were to create my own, it would be more girly for sure.
Hmm.
Um, it would be like you see in a Hallmark movie, like
Yeah.
just probably maybe like fall themed, like just pumpkins everywhere, and
Yeah. That's my
that kind of
cozy
thing.
feel. Yeah.
Everybody has to wear plaid aprons and that kind of thing. And I would want it in like a old downtown area where there's lots of people, lots of tourists coming in and out. Um,
Hmm.
you know,
The
so
smell of cinnamon wafting through the air.
yes, yes, for
Hmm.
sure. Yep,
Cute.
I think that would be fun.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, welcome to Love on the Pod, a podcast about all the cheesy romantic TV movies we adore. I'm Jessica,
And I'm Sherry.
and today we are discussing the hit smash As Gouda as It Gets, which I hadn't heard of until just a few weeks ago when I picked it to watch. But it is not a Hallmark movie. I actually do not even know what channel it premiered on, but right
Hmm.
now it is available on Dove. It is available, is it Unfriendly?
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay. It's on Dove. It's on Friendly. I watched it on Daily Motion for free. If you have the internet, you can watch it there. And then it is going to premiere for the first time on Great American Family on August 23rd. And that's how
Okay.
I heard about it. And I thought it was a brand new movie. It's not. It's 4 years old.
Hmm.
So, we're going to start today, as we are with our new format, with some Hallmark headlines. I already mentioned this on our bonus episode, but if you have not listened to the bonus episode about Christmas at Sea, I wanted to mention it one more time that Hallmark Wines has released their Advent calendar for 2025. You can get your wonderful holiday bucket list with the Hallmark Channel Wines Advent calendar. So not only does it give you a tiny bottle of wine for each day, but also a bucket list item to do for the holiday season,
Oh,
which I
that's
think is really fun.
cute.
Yeah. So this is the first time that they've ever done this. They've done advent calendars before, but they were with bigger bottles. And so this is the first time you're going to get 24, one for every day leading up to Christmas, which I think is really cool.
Oh, because I've seen some where there's just 12, like the 12 days of Christmas
Yeah,
wine
Costco
calendar.
usually has a few of those.
Hmm.
And they're bigger. They're like a half bottle.
Yeah.
And they're usually a lot more money. They're like $300-400.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah. So this one is 119.99 right now. I think the regular price is 139.99, and it is up for pre-order right now, and it will ship to you in October. And then you'll just hold on to it until December, or if you can't and you want to just do countdown to Thanksgiving instead, go for it.
Sure. I imagine it'll sell out. It'll be very popular since it's
Yes.
new.
Yes, for sure. So it looks super cute, and I probably will not be buying it, but it looks fun. So
Hmm.
if you're a whiny person, not whiny, but you like to drink wine, which I'm not. I'm not
Wah,
a huge
I want
wine,
wine.
not a huge wine drinker, but I think the tiny bottles I could probably make work.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just not drinking an entire bottle to myself.
Hmm.
Next is that we're getting a lot of announcements from Hallmark about their holiday movies, and very excited to see Aaron Krakow and Tyler Hines reuniting for a
Yes.
movie, yes, called Christmas Above the Clouds. It's part of Hallmark's Countdown to Christmas 2025. And Krakow plays a workaholic CEO who experiences magical revelations mid flight to Australia and reconnects with her ex, played by Hines, in a modern day Christmas Carol twist.
Oh, interesting.
And we love these Christmas Carol movies. We did a
Mm.
whole episode about them. So
Yep.
I'm very excited about this. Um, they're really great together. They have great chemistry. I forget the other movie that they did together, but it
Yeah, I
was
can.
it was always you, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. That was pre-beard, right?
Yes, pre-beard.
Hmm.
And she had bangs. She actually might have even been wearing a wig. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
remember. Yeah, I need to watch that one again.
Is that an
So
October premiere, do you know, or is that
they
part of
have
the
not announced
Christmas?
when it's coming out
Okay.
yet. They haven't linked any dates with any of the movies as of now. And then the last thing I just wanted to mention, because I'm excited about this and I really hope it comes out this year. Netflix announced this movie in 2024 at To Doom. And
Hmm.
To Doom is their like kind of like Disney does that big festival where they tell you what they're doing for the next 5 to 10 years.
Hmm.
And Netflix does the same thing. It's called To Doom. And Phil and I watched it this year, and uh, we were like, "Why is it called To Doom?" You want to know why? Can you
Yes, I
guess?
do.
Because
No
when
idea.
you turn on Netflix, what noise does it make when you turn it on?
Dun dun.
To Doom.
Uh, oh my gosh. Speaking of cheesy.
I like, and that was when we didn't look up, and I was just like, "Oh, that's the noise. That's why it's called that. It's the noise that Netflix makes when you turn it on." So, anyways,
Okay, to doom.
yes.
Okay.
So To Doom is available on Netflix. You can go and watch it. But they announced this movie. It's a Christmas movie, and they did not confirm whether it was coming out in 25 or 26. I'm hoping it's this year. But it's called A Merry Little Xmas, and it is an upcoming Christmas rom-com starring Alicia Silverstone, Oliver Hudson, Melissa Joan Hart, and Jamila Jamil. And
What?
I'm like, what? That sounds amazing. That sounds like a great cast. So the film follows a divorcing couple who are navigating one last holiday celebration together, complicated by the presence of a new romantic interest. And I
Mm.
assume it will be rom-com made for TV-ish, but with a little bit more adult twist to it. Probably not a kids movie is what I would guess. Um, but who
Now, will
knows?
this be one of the ones that if you don't have the premium plan that you have to pay for,
I hope
or
not. I feel like most of the Netflix created shows are available across all plans. It's the ones that they have licensed that are not
oh, okay,
available with the
that
ad
makes
supported.
sense because they have to pay to show them anyway.
Yeah.
They're trying to recoup
Yep.
their costs.
Yeah. It's so funny because we were watching Fuller House the other day, and there's an episode where Jimmy says, I wish there was somewhere where we could watch shows without commercials. And then he looks to the camera and breaks the fourth wall. And Felicity's like, that's not even true anymore. Yeah,
Right?
you're right.
Yeah.
How quickly that has changed.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
Netflix.
gonna we're gonna give you all these streaming channels and the bonus is you don't have to watch commercials. Well, but now you
Just
do unless you want to
kidding. We
play.
realize we can't make any money without advertisers.
Uh-huh. Unless you want the Super Plus Plus plan, then
Oh gosh. Yeah. It's horrible. I hate it.
yeah.
I'm like, I just give me back cable, honestly. I
Hmm.
can't. Although they're not making shows for cable really anymore. Everything's getting
No.
canceled because nobody's
Hmm.
advertising on cable. So
Yeah, and even on cable, you have to have add-ons. So if
yeah.
you want to watch your special cooking shows or whatever.
Yep. TV just costs a lot of money,
Hmm.
unfortunately.
Back in my day, we watched the black and white TV and we had to get up to change channel.
I remember even when I was a kid, we had that little bunny ear TV in our room, and
Uh-huh.
we would
Yeah,
put tinfoil
tinfoil.
on the ends and move it around. We would get like the CW, and that was it. We would get no other
Uh-huh.
channels.
Yeah.
And we would end up watching, Blind Date and Star Trek because that's all that was available. And it'd be
Are you a Star
super
Trek
fuzzy.
fan? No. It's all I can get on my TV.
Oh, that's the first time I ever watched The Fugitive was on that TV, and it was super
Really?
blurry and fuzzy. And I'm just like, Harrison, go! You
I
can
think
make it.
I think that's Harrison. It could be a stunt double. I don't know.
Oh gosh, kids will never know the struggle.
No.
Okay, so let's get into a little synopsis of this movie, as Gouda as it gets. So, artisan cheese shop owner Bree finds herself competing for a
Brie.
$50,000 prize in her town's annual cheese festival. To boost her presence, she teams up with an influential cheese critic named Jack to profile her vintage smoked Gouda. As their friendship develops into romance, a competitor's business proposal and unforeseen complications force Bree to put her shop and heart on the line. Thank you very much. This was directly from the production company. So it was actually a pretty good synopsis.
Yeah. I love that they named her Brie. She's a cheese shop owner, and they named him Jack because Monterey Jack.
That did not, like, the Brie part occurred to me the whole movie. I did not get the Jack until the very last scene of the movie. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, yeah, they're both
Yeah.
named after cheese.
And the writers were like, it would be funny. Let's see
Yes.
if anybody would really pick up on
Yeah,
this.
sneak this in there. Oh gosh. So this movie was released on May 13th of 2021. And like I said earlier, you can watch it on Great American Family on August 23rd. It stars Kim Shaw and Clayton James as the main characters. And the director is Anne Delane, I believe is how you pronounce it. She also directed Jingle Bell Love and The Christmas Checklist, which I don't think I've seen either one of those.
No, me
Um,
either.
and then James Phillips was the writer. He writes a ton of Lifetime style, ripped from the headlines movies. So he wrote Amish Affair, All My Husband's Wives, and also one episode of Ben 10, which is a cartoon that my son really likes. So I wanted
Oh.
to mention it. um, it was filmed in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and those are all the filming details that I have. I don't know where the cheese shop was. I don't, unfortunately, with these movies that are produced by really small production companies, they don't usually get a ton of press, so
Mhm.
there's not a ton of information out there, sadly. Okay. So, initial thoughts on this movie. What did you think?
I thought it was cute. It was, I assumed it was a Hallmark movie because of
Hmm.
the storyline, the same sort of romantic trope and all the little conflicts that came up. I just assumed it was Hallmark and I was really surprised that it wasn't.
Hmm.
I liked it. I thought it was a sweet movie. It wasn't There were no major conflicts that made you really mad. Like
Yeah.
sometimes, like we've talked about before, the ex-boyfriend comes back or there's some sort of misunderstanding that's blown
Hmm.
way out of proportion. There was none of that. It just kind of flowed along seamlessly and it was a sweet movie. What about you?
Yeah, it was very low stakes conflict. I felt like
Hmm.
um the even the bad guy was not really a bad guy. He was a good
No.
guy trying
Hmm.
to, you know, turn around the reputation of his company.
Hmm.
And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I also agree. I think it was at the level of a Hallmark movie. I could easily watch this on Hallmark and think that they produced it,
Hmm.
because sometimes movies on Dove leave a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
They're not great. They're
Yeah. The
but this one
acting is
happened.
not
Yeah, it's not
often.
good. But this one happened to be really good, and I appreciated it. I liked the whole storyline. I really loved the whatever lens and filter and lighting they used. It felt very like dreamy and warm and
Hmm.
cozy. So I liked that a lot. And that's one thing that really I think contributes to how good the movie is how well
Hmm.
lit it is.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll see with the lower production value movies where they don't have a lot of money, it's just like bright white, like they've just got
Hmm.
ring lights everywhere. And it looks like they filmed it in a mall and
Hmm.
it's not great. So this, I
Guy
think they,
standing around with a light bulb.
yeah, they're like, here you go. Um, so I think this movie was done really well. The set was great. And besides the fact that you could definitely tell this was a bakery, not a cheese shop,
Hmm.
that they were filming in for sure.
Yeah.
You don't need that many bud pans to make cheese, I don't think. But
I don't know. I've
but
never seen bundt cheese.
I guess you could make it maybe.
Whatever shape you
But
want, I suppose.
but yeah, I heartily enjoyed this movie. I watched it twice, and I would definitely watch it
Hmm.
again.
Yeah, me too.
So okay, so let's jump into our scene stealers and MVPs. So did you have any favorite moments from this movie?
Oh gosh. Um, you go first on this one.
Okay. I didn't really think about this, but what's coming to mind is I really love the inset shots of her, like with her hands in the cheese, just like
Oh yeah.
moving them around. I felt like the direction was really good in this movie.
Hmm.
It wasn't just jumping from scene to scene to scene. There was these inserts that felt like they made sense, not like in that Hannah Swenson movie where it was just
Hmm.
random coffee beans rotating around in a bakery for no reason.
And she doesn't have a roaster.
She doesn't roast
She,
coffee. What are we doing?
no.
Um, so I don't know how to make cheese. But I believe it. I believe that you
Hmm.
have your hands in this giant vat of cheese and you're just moving it around.
Yeah.
Um, so I loved that. And I really liked the scene where Abby, her name is not Abby. Was there
Great.
another movie we did recently where her name was Abby?
I don't
I
remember
don't
an
know.
Abby.
Okay.
We've done a lot
Bree.
of movies. There might be a Abby there somewhere.
So Bree, when she's teaching the cheese tasting class and how
Hmm.
she's kind of poking fun at Jack the
Oh,
entire
that was
time.
very cute. Yeah.
Yeah, so I liked that a lot. So those were probably
Yeah.
my two favorite scenes.
And I like the scene where she and Jack, something happens to where her prize cheese that she's entering into this big contest gets ruined, and
Mhm.
so they have to regroup very very quickly. And I just like the way that they came together to make it work, and so they had something to present for the competition. That was a
Yeah.
good scene too. I like that.
Yep. I agree. Any scenes that you didn't love?
Oh, well, I found myself getting very mad when the lady that's kind of the busybody, and she's very smitten with Jack because he is
And
this.
cheese.
And cheese and cheese. And she kept coming into the shop and eating all the samples. And then Brie would tell her, why don't you go look at, our new line of cookbooks or aprons? And and then come back and try all the cheeses again, which was funny. But you can tell her irritation, and because I know there's people like that, maybe through the Costco line. In fact, there's a funny video where this person puts on a disguise and keeps going through the Costco sample line over and over again. Now he has a blonde wig on. Now he's got on sunglasses. But there are people like that. And
Oh,
she's so annoying. And then when she's the one that actually ends up ruining the cheese because she backs into the thermostat and turns everything down, I'm like, you are a terrible person.
yes. Yes. She's not good. And they when they go to her because she bought the smoked Gouda from the
Hmm.
shop, when they go to her to ask her if she has any of it left to enter in the contest, she's like, I ate it all. And she's like, you bought 2 pounds. You ate 2 pounds of cheese?
You're not
She's
going to be
like,
feeling
yeah,
good.
I did. And you know that's not the only cheese she ate that day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I
Oh,
wondered, okay, so she's backed into the thermostat. You know, you've got all this 4-year aged Gouda waiting for the competition, and they pull it out, and the whole middle has sunk down. Is that a real thing with cheese? Will it's been aging for 4 years. So I looked it up. If you age Gouda for 4 years, it's going to give you a more intense, complex flavor, obviously.
mhm.
But because of the low moisture, it's going to give you a more brittle texture with crunchy crystals. So would it really have sunk down? I don't think it probably would have.
Unless it got like hot in there, right?
Yeah. And so we
But
don't
it was
really know what she
fall,
did. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
That's what it felt like. It was fall. So, um, yeah, I don't know if it
and
would
I
have sunk
also
like it
wondered,
did.
would you have wooden shelves in a fridge? I would think you wouldn't.
I would think they would mold,
Yeah.
but maybe
So,
it's less like a fridge and more like a climate controlled atmosphere special for cheese. I don't know anything about cheese making. So
because I saw the number on the thermostat was 53, and I don't know what my fridge is. I'm not sure. I didn't
mine's
check.
41.
Okay. So it was maybe more like a climate controlled, less like a
Hmm.
fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know anything about making cheese.
No,
I'm not an expert on cheese making.
I buy it. I
Yeah.
enjoy it.
My least favorite scene was the last scene. Their kiss sucked. It was terrible.
I agree.
They didn't even, their bodies didn't even touch. They're like
Yeah.
leaning out. I'm like, you guys don't even like each other. What is happening? This is terrible.
Yeah.
So I would have rather that they just not kissed and he just put his arm around her and
Hmm.
asked her to go on a cheese date or something.
Yeah.
Um, because that was cute when he put his arm around her and they panned back and you could tell it's fall and it's beautiful
Hmm.
and all the colors. But their kiss, I was just like, okay, were we
It
at the
felt
end of the
forced.
day and we were trying to move it along? I don't
Uh-huh. Or
know.
do we truly not like one another?
But they've done multiple movies together. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
haven't seen the other one that they've done. So
Yeah, I agree because they were overlooking a lake or something, and it
mhm.
was all the fall colors, and that could have been just a sweet moment. I don't think it always has to end in a kiss. I know that
Yes.
diehard Hallmarkies will disagree,
Oh,
but
Danny will disagree.
Danny will disagree. We
She
need a
wants a kiss
kiss
at the end.
and we need some magic. But I don't know. I feel like they were getting close, and it didn't necessarily have to end in a kiss. It could have just been that sweet moment.
Yeah. Yeah. So if I were the director, I would have cut the kiss and just made
Hmm.
it like, come on, let's go on a date.
Yeah.
Let's
Hmm.
go hang out. They've only been on one date. So do they
Yeah.
have to kiss? No, they don't.
Exactly. Or they hold hands and they walk off scene together. That would be cute too. So
Losing my voice here. It's not the
I am
day
too.
today. This
It's
is not the day
the
for it.
allergies and whatnot.
Get out of here, allergies. I don't like you.
Get it out of
Uh,
here before we do our interview right after this episode.
yes. So our worst character, I don't even know her name, but the annoying cheese lady is what I think
Yeah,
is
I
the
didn't
worst
even catch
character.
her name.
She was a great part of the movie. I liked
Hmm.
that she was in the movie, but definitely the worst
Yeah.
character.
Hmm.
She was just not
Not
meaning to
worse
be
than,
bad.
yeah, not worse in the sense of her acting. Her acting was
No.
great. She
Yeah.
played this ditzy cheese lady very well.
Yes.
Um, but she is that annoying person that if you own a shop, well, you know, you have, I'm sure, dealt with people that you're like, oh, that person's here again.
I have one specific person that comes to mind. And
Yeah.
I am not afraid to say that I have ducked out very sneakily out the back door when this person arrives and said,
Uh-huh.
"See ya, sorry, barista,
Yeah,
it's your turn. I dealt with this
yeah.
yesterday.
I don't have the bandwidth
I
for this
cannot
today.
do this today."
Yeah. I've
But
worked
we
in
don't have
retail.
very
I know
many
how
of
that
those,
feels.
but it
Yeah.
happens.
Mhm.
Oh gosh. Okay, so she was the worst. Who do you think was the best character? Who'd you like the most?
I mean, I really like Brie.
Mhm.
I mean, she obviously she carried the movie because it was all about her, but I think she was very likable and she was believable in her role. She had another gal that worked with her at the cheese shop, and their interactions were always really good, and they seemed like they were really friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say she was my favorite.
Yeah, I liked Brie a lot, and then I really liked her best friend. I
Yeah.
thought she was great. I thought she was grounding and wasn't like overly ridiculous. Sometimes that
Hmm.
best friend in these made for TV movies is kind of stupid
Too much. Hmm. Yeah.
and, encourages them to do dumb things.
Hmm.
But I didn't think that that was the case here. I thought she was a great like sounding board for Brie, and they worked really well together. And she seemed to care about the cheese shop too, which was awesome.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah. But one thing I noticed the first time I watched the movie was Brie has her hair pulled back in this very severe ponytail whenever she's working in the cheese shop,
Hmm.
and when she let it down to go to the networking event, I almost did not recognize her. She looked like a
Me
completely
too.
different person.
Yeah. Isn't that
Um,
funny?
yeah, yeah, total I don't think I would have known it was her if they hadn't told me in the movie that
Hmm.
this is still Brie. She
Yeah.
looks completely different. Still gorgeous and her hair is
Hmm.
beautiful, but it's funny how a change in hairstyle can totally make you look different.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm. Okay, so I talked about the lens and the filter and the lighting, loved that, super dreamy. And the one thing that we saw throughout the movie here and there was some lovely cheese puns. Um, they kept, and the title is a pun, so it makes sense that they would
Hmm.
incorporate them in the script. So I just came up with a couple of really great ones that I wanted to share with you.
Okay.
I didn't come up with them. I looked them up on the internet, and then I wrote them down. So
Oh, these are not in the movie. These are just
no,
cheese
these are not
puns.
in the movie. These are
Okay.
just two that I thought were very good to share with you.
Cheesy.
Yes, they're
Okay.
cheesy. So, in queso emergency, eat cheese.
That should be a t-shirt. It
Yes,
probably is a t-shirt.
probably at like a Mexican restaurant or something.
Hmm.
I'm not a big queso girl. It's not my fave.
No.
I prefer
Mm-mm.
salsa or guac uh, over queso, but I
Yeah.
love fondue. Don't
I do
know
too.
why.
Okay, so maybe it's because of years of cheerleading and working in the potato booth
Oh
for Christmas Fest or Winter Fest, and
God. Oh
they had those
God.
huge vats, and it was not real cheese that
It
you
was a
guys would
can, yeah, that we had to open and
came
oh,
out solid, and you had to heat it
Velveeta in a
up. It
can.
was all jiggly to
Oh
pour
God,
over the
I can't believe people
potatoes.
bought those. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
I know
Extra
some
queso,
people
please.
are like ride or die for that liquid cheese.
Hmm.
I will not eat it if it has liquid cheese. You take me to like a community baseball game where they just give you chips with liquid cheese on it. No, I'm not eating that.
No, but I will eat a soft pretzel with cheese because that's a core
Mm.
memory for me of going shopping with my mom and stopping at what is it, Aunt Annie's or Annie's Pretzels or
Auntie Anne's, yeah.
Auntie Anne's, yeah,
Yep.
where we would get the little cheese and you could get it in different flavors. It wasn't good, but it
No,
was a memory of
but the
shopping with my
pretzels are
mom.
good. I love those
Oh, I
pretzels.
do too. Hmm.
They're so good, but they are so expensive.
Yeah,
I took the kids
they
there.
weren't before.
No, I took the kids there a few weeks ago, and I think I spent like $25 on three pretzels.
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
"What is happening? I don't
Yeah,
understand." And their lemonade, it's like, "Yeah, that'll be $9 for a medium lemonade." That's why Nana would always make us share.
that's right.
We're
Yeah,
getting
it's
one
fresh
for
squeezed.
everybody.
I don't want to drink off of that straw. Then get two straws.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, we love Auntie Anne's or Pretzel Time. And one of our
Hmm.
grocery stores actually has a Pretzel Time in it. So I'll get a
Oh,
pretzel if I'm alone at the grocery store.
yeah. You don't have to spend $25.
Yeah. Okay. My second cheese pun is sweet dreams are made of cheese. Who am I to disagree?
That's amazing. I love that. Again,
Oh
that should be
yeah.
on a t-shirt or a tote bag where
Yeah.
you take to a cheese shop.
Yes. Oh gosh. And you know what? My grocery store is carrying Comté year round, and I have to stop myself from buying it every single time because it's
It's
so
so
good.
good, isn't it good? I found that at
Oh,
Trader Joe's.
I love it. And it's not that expensive. It's like $6
Yeah.
for a wedge of
Hmm.
it. That's not that bad.
Yeah. And
Um,
you hide it in the back of the fridge and nobody else takes it.
yeah, the kids
It'll
don't eat
last you
it.
for a while.
No.
Yeah.
And it's a hard cheese, so it stays good for a couple weeks.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's so good. I love it. I haven't tried like melting it on anything. I've just been eating it just by itself.
Yeah.
But I do want to try to do a grilled cheese of some kind, like in
Mm.
Savoring Paris.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next segment is called Love on the Brain. And this
Love
is
on the
where,
brain.
yes, love on the brain. We're
Okay.
thinking about love.
Okay.
So, this is where we get to talk about the relationship. Do you think it worked? Was there chemistry between these two leads?
Um, Initially, no, not in the beginning. I didn't think
Okay.
so. But I think as we move along, because he seems kind of not uptight. What's the word I'm looking for? He just and not aloof. Just I don't know. He just seems very serious. And this is my job, and this is what I do. And then I think they kind of peel back the layers, and you realize that he was once a chef, and then he doesn't do that anymore, and now he's a blog writer. Um, and apparently that's a big deal. Everybody knows who he is, and everybody wants to take a selfie with him. This
Hmm.
cheesemonger guy. Um, I couldn't name one cheesemonger except for, maybe the person that works at Met Market. I don't know them by name, but
Yeah.
they wear the white coat. I wouldn't ask for a selfie.
When the
You really
guy
know your
taps
cheese.
on the window at the restaurant and like wants to take a selfie through the window, I'm
Yeah.
like, and his shirt says "curd nerd" on it.
I didn't catch that part. And I guess it's also because he's written cookbooks. So he has a face that people recognize. His books are in stores, and he has a history of being this well-known chef. So I guess, if you saw what's his name, Chef Ramsay out
Gordon
in
Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay out in public, you'd want to have a selfie with
I would
him.
freak
So
out if I saw Gordon Ramsay in public.
please swear at me.
I love him.
Please call me a
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Call me a donkey, please.
yeah, so
Uh,
I think as the movie moves along and they end up kind of saving each other, he becomes more likable and more you get to know him better, and so he doesn't feel like he's so stringent. So yeah, I like them together. I thought the chemistry was good. Again, at the end, I felt like the kiss was kind of forced, and they didn't need that. They had a good chemistry moving along, and you can imagine where it's going to go from there. So that wasn't necessary. But yeah, I liked them together. What
yeah.
about you?
Yeah, I agree. I thought they were cute. I did get a little confused by he's a blogger, but they're also kind of treating him like a critic. So I think they could have
Hmm.
decided a little bit better which
Yeah.
was which because they're talking about, oh, his blog brought in all these people. And a few people called him a critic, but I wasn't really sure. He didn't refer to himself as a critic. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I wasn't sure. But I thought they had great chemistry. Like you said, yeah, he was a little pulled back at the beginning, but so was she because she
Hmm.
completely embarrassed herself at the beginning because she didn't know who he was. Because she's
Hmm.
not in on all the latest cheese news. She doesn't
But she
keep up with
carried
the
his
industry.
his cookbook in her store.
Yes, she had his
I
cookbook.
love that shot where she doesn't know who he is, and he's literally standing right in front of his cookbook, and then she finally realizes,
Yeah, and he's like, "You might have seen me
oh,
around your store."
yeah,
Yes. Oh, you mean like I actually have
literally.
a book with your face on it in my store?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Yeah, and we also find out that he was a scientist at first as well.
Yeah.
Who's first a scientist, then a chef, then a blogger. So yeah.
And I guess the critic part comes in because on his blog he dissects the different cheeses. So like
Mhm.
he didn't particularly care for her goat cheese. It was too goaty, which I thought was funny. I love a good goat cheese. The goatier the better.
Yes.
So I guess that makes him a cheese critic slash blogger.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought they were cute together. Do you think that although we didn't develop a romantic anything with Maddie, the other male character in this
Hmm.
movie, um, if they were to do that, would you choose Jack or Maddie for Brie?
Jack, for sure.
Okay.
Maybe Maddie with her assistant at the shop.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
that
that's
could be
something that
fun.
develops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would actually like to know more about Maddie. I would like Maddie's story about,
Hmm.
he's taken on this cheese company as the CEO, trying to turn it around, and maybe he needs to fall in love. So maybe we should come back to
Yeah.
this town and do
Yeah,
another
for sure.
movie.
Well, and I like that he was, like the villain character, but they didn't villainize him. He was just trying to turn around his family's business, right?
Yeah.
And and make it better and more sustainable and create a better name for the company. So he wasn't like, I'm going to come in and I'm going to take your business. And, he was just explaining to her that this is what the company wants to do and what
Yeah.
are our options? What can we do to make this work for all of us?
Yeah, because I liked that they were true to life here, that just because you're a CEO does not mean that you get to make all the decisions.
Hmm.
If you have a company that is publicly traded, you are beholden to the board and
Yeah.
you're beholden to the stockholders. And so you can't just do whatever you want
Hmm.
because they need to know that you're making money and they're getting a return. And if you're not, then they'll just vote you out and get somebody else in your position. So I liked that. I appreciated that honesty because a lot of times we'll say like, "Oh, they're the CEO. They're the evil one. They do everything."
Hmm.
But a lot of times that's not actually the case in real business. So,
Yeah. But that's the public's perception. They're the
yes.
CEO, they're running the business into the ground, or they're making poor business practice choices. But yeah, like you said, there's a whole board that goes behind it.
Hmm. Yep. Okay, so like I said about behind the scenes details, there really weren't any to be found on this film. So instead, I went behind the scenes on a cheese fest and
Oh,
in another town.
okay.
So there are cheese festivals that happen all over the place. In fact, in San Antonio, there is a grilled cheese sandwich festival that I'm very interested in attending.
Oh.
But this cheese fest, and you can find all the information at cheesefest.org, is in Doyle Park. It happens in June in Little Chute, Wisconsin, of course, because Wisconsin is known for their cheese. And at this festival, you can find cheese tasting, cheese samples, a cheese curd eating contest, a parade, carnival rides, and cheese carving, which, if you get a chance to look it up,
Oh,
is really cool. They get a giant block of cheddar and they carve something. And
very
last
cool.
year's
Like
winner
pumpkin
carved a wedding
carving.
cake. Yeah, she carved a wedding cake out of it, and it was beautiful. Um, probably a giant waste of cheese, but
Hmm.
it was cool.
Do they do this outside? I mean, because I would think if it gets really warm, that's going to
Yeah,
change
they
the
did it.
texture.
They did it outside. Well, the photos were outside, but yeah,
Hmm.
it just starts to
Interesting.
melt everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know what the weather's like in Wisconsin in June, but
No idea.
yeah, there's just cheese everywhere. So if you want to go to a cheese fest, this one is definitely much bigger than the cheese fest depicted in the movie.
Hmm.
And I don't know that there is a cheese competition at this festival, but if you
Certainly
love
not one
cheese,
that's going to give you $50,000 for the best cheese. That
definitely.
was a huge prize.
That's they would probably be like, "Here's $100 Dave and Buster's gift card, okay, guys."
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you love cheese and you want to attend Cheese Fest in Wisconsin, they've already released all the information for the 2026 festival. And again,
I do love cheese, and part of our trip with our grandson is going to include the Tillamook Creamery in Tillamook,
yes.
Oregon. Love that place. Got to
Hmm.
buy the cheese curds every single time.
Yes.
But it's
The
cool because
squeaky cheese.
yeah, you go upstairs and you get to see the whole process. It's, they're making cheese live right there, and it doesn't sound very exciting. It's exciting, guys. And interactive activities for kids and things like that. And then a big shop where you can buy cheese t-shirts and lots of cheese and crackers and goodies and wines and local beverages. So yeah, it's super fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I haven't been there since I was 13. I love that
Oh,
place. So
wow.
fun.
Yeah.
I should go back.
Hmm.
And if you have a local cheesemaker, they probably have a factory that at least has a tour, maybe not as big as Tillamook does it, but at least has a tour of the factory. I love those behind the scenes tours of how things are
I do
made.
too.
Really fun and interesting.
Yeah, candy makers or whatever. I will go. It's super fun.
Yeah, we went when my husband and I were first, well, were we married yet? I don't remember. Maybe we were. Anyways, doesn't matter. Story's the same. We went to Red Hook
It
Brewery,
was
which
a
is not,
Tuesday and it was
yeah,
raining.
which is not there anymore. But and I don't like beer, but we did the tour of the brewery and you got to do this tasting of all these different kinds of beers, which to me, they were all disgusting. But, but the tour itself
Yep.
was really
Tastes
fun.
like beer.
Tastes like darker beer. Tastes even grosser.
My tongue
And
is
then we
going
got these
numb.
little like cups that said Red Hook Brewery on them. We still have them, and that was fun.
Cute.
So, and here they do tours of the Toyota factory, which I'm going to take the kids on this fall. And there's
Oh,
also
that
a
would be
shoe factory
interesting.
that does a tour. So,
Huh.
yeah, specifically for homeschool kids. So that way it's kid focused and not
That's
boring.
great. We did the Gibson Guitar Factory when we were in Memphis, and that was
Oh,
really
cool.
interesting. Gibson
Oh,
or
that's
Fender?
awesome.
I can't remember now. I think it was Gibson. Um, but yeah, that was really interesting.
Fun. That's awesome. So the other behind the scenes thing I looked up was I was interested in the goat cheese brie. I had never heard of it. I didn't know what it was. I was like, do they mix regular brie with goat cheese? What do they do? Brie is just the way that the cheese is made. It's not
Uh-huh.
referring to an actual flavor. So there is a goat cheese brie. It does taste like goat cheese, but it is comes in a little round. And I found it at the Adams Cheese Shop, which you can order from online. And they carry New Moon Goat Brie by Old Chatham Creamery. The creamery is in
Mhm.
Groton, New York, but you can't buy directly from them. You have to buy from a distributor. And it's 11.79 for a round
Okay.
of the New Moon Goat Brie. So if you want
Huh,
to try it,
interesting.
go to their website and order it. So
Okay.
I
What
am
would you
interested.
serve that with? Would you do that like a traditional brie, like with French bread and pears, or
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not
is it
sure. I
more
mean,
of a
because I really
cracker
do like goat
cheese?
cheese, but definitely has a very strong flavor. It's much different
Hmm.
from a traditional brie
Yeah, and
because
it's very
that's more
rich.
mild.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So I would be interested to try it. Let's see.
Sure, me
What is
too.
it like?
Hmm.
Okay. So our last segment before we rate this movie is where are they now? Let's Dreamcast a sequel. What would happen in a sequel to this film? What would happen next?
Well, we kind of touched on that. I think I would see Maddie with the assistant, and I have failed to remember her name or if
I
they
didn't
even
write
mentioned
her
her
name
name.
down either.
Um, and see where that goes. See how, because there's going to be a collab happening where Lambert cheese is going to be carried in Bree's shop. So how does that look? Does that cause conflict? Um, does the Lambert cheese sell more than her cheese sells? Is that going to
Mhm.
cause some sort of a big conflict? So yeah, do Bree and Jack stay together? I don't know. I would like to think they do and build a beautiful cheesy family, but I would love to see one that focuses more on Maddie and the assistant. And then I don't know, maybe the crazy cheese lady comes to work at the cheese shop, but they're losing profits because she eats all the
She
cheese.
eats all the cheese.
So they got to have a little sit down
Uh,
with her about her cheese ways. What about you? What do you see for a
uh.
sequel?
Well, when we end the movie, he says, what do you think about a fondue food truck? And I think
Oh,
that is
that's
a
right.
stupid idea.
I thought
A
it was a
fo-
great idea.
A fondue food truck. We're gonna carry around a bowl of fondue and just be like shoveling it in your face. How are you gonna eat that? I don't understand.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you just drink it like the cheese lady, that's probably what she would do, is just drink the fondue and be done with
You'd have a
it.
little cup like you would with a pretzel liquid cheese, I
Yeah, I
guess.
guess. Yeah.
But fondue,
Yeah.
the whole premise of fondue is it has to stay warm, otherwise it congeals. So that could be a problem.
So it could only be like personal fondue, and they're like, here's a
Hmm.
timer. You have 5 to 7 minutes to eat this, and then it's
That's
dead in the
right.
water. You got to throw
Otherwise,
it
you
out.
turn your cup upside down and nothing happens.
So my thought would be they both seem to be really entranced by the goat farm. So I
Hmm.
think that maybe the goat farm is in trouble. It's going under, and somebody's got
Mm.
to save it. And here comes Bree and Jack. They come up with some kind of town fundraiser to save the goat farm, and the lady who owns it is like, you know what? I was going to retire anyways. You guys take it over, and then and that's what the movie is about, their journey with the goat farm.
Okay. And maybe she moves her shop onto the property
Oh
of the
yeah.
goat farm because it's a
Yeah,
big,
and then
beautiful
they could do
property.
fondue. Like they could create like a little restaurant there and do
Hmm.
fondue there.
And have
And the
this
goats
whole
could be
immersive experience. So you
wandering
come and tour
around
the
while you're
farm,
eating your fondue.
eat your fondue. Yeah. Try the cheese
Milk the
samples.
goats and make your own cheese. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how
Yeah.
it would work, but something like that.
Sounds
Yes.
magical.
Yes, it does sound magical. Yeah. Um, and it sounds not outside of the realm of possibility of what would
Hmm.
actually end up being a movie. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
All right, so it's time to rate this movie, and we're going to use cheese boards because there were so many beautifully decorated and arranged cheese boards in this movie.
Okay.
So 1 to 5, how would you rate it?
This one I watched it twice, and like I said, I thought it was a sweet movie. I liked the storyline, I liked the chemistry, I liked all the characters. There was nobody that stood out as they could have gotten rid of them. I think everybody
Mhm.
had added value to the movie. The scenery was beautiful, and yeah, I could see them moving forward with a sequel. I love your idea about having the farm experience. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one. Let's go with let's do 4 cheese boards on this one. I would definitely watch it again. I thought it was a good movie.
Okay, cool. I will echo most of what you said. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was cute. It wasn't like top of my list number one, but
Hmm.
it is definitely one that I would watch again. I would not turn it off if it was on. I'm glad I discovered it. I will probably watch it when it comes on Great American Family. And there wasn't really anything specific about the movie that I felt like was ridiculous or needed to be changed, except for the fondue food truck. Can't get on board with that, guys. I just can't. So I also will give this a 4. 4 cheese
Okay.
boards for this movie.
Now,
There we
would you
go.
bring this up when we talk to Clayton about this terrible fondue truck idea?
I don't know.
Get his thoughts on that?
Like, explain to me how a fondue food truck would work, please. Do you send them with fire to keep it warm? What do you do?
Here's your little votive candle. Try not to set your paper cup on fire.
You're like, it's $10 for this warming jar. You have to bring it back to us, and if you don't,
Yeah.
you get charged for
Or you
it.
have to have little fire tables all around, like at the Melting Pot. I don't know if they have those in other states, but here in Washington, we have a place called the Melting Pot, and it's a fondue restaurant. It's great,
Mhm.
but your table literally, you know, is on fire.
Melts the fondue. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and it
like
has to stay
those.
that way the whole time.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you get congealed cheese.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know, but maybe I will bring it up. So tell us about this. Did you have a problem with this? Because I do. Okay, so we are at the end here. The next episode is going to be, well, we'll have an interview coming out this week with Clayton. As long as everything goes okay today, cross our fingers. And then what is the next movie we're doing? Do you know?
Am I next up to Barcelona with Love? I believe
Oh,
is
yes.
the
I already
next
watched
one with.
it.
You did. Oh, good. I haven't watched it
Yeah,
yet. It's
I
Allison
already watched it.
Sweeney. I'm looking forward to that one, and I can't
And
even give you
Ashley
a
Williams,
synopsis
too.
because that's right, Ashley Williams too. And yeah, I haven't. I haven't watched or I haven't read a synopsis. I watched the trailer, so be looking forward to that one.
Yeah, and it's on Hallmark Plus, so you can watch it and the sequel
Mhm.
too. They're both on Hallmark Plus.
Yes.
All right. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Love on the Pod and share your episode thoughts for or ideas by emailing us at loveonthepod@gmail.com. Plus, you can text us with future movie recommendations using the link in our show notes. If you love this episode and want to hear more, please subscribe to the podcast as we drop new episodes weekly. Okay. So, whether you're spending 4 years aging Gouda,
Or eating very goaty cheese.
we hope you never turn off the fridge and accidentally ruin somebody's chance at $50,000. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.